Good morning to y'all. Happy Monday. It is Monday, y'all, and I'm so excited that you are here with me. Maybe a friend invited you, maybe I invited you. You know, I sent out a bunch of emails to everybody. And I am so excited to be here with y'all because this is a support group for married women. Where do we go in this world where we get support that we need? You know, my name is Montina, and I love doing this because this is something that I wish that I would have had when I was younger. I know I look young, but I'm not as young as I look, is what I tell people. But I really wish I would have had something like this when I was a younger woman, where someone could have spoken to me and said, "Hey, baby, hey, honey, you got these kids with this man, and y'all need to figure out this and how it'll look when you get older, because the enemy, the devil, he shows us a preview, but he doesn't show us the full picture. He doesn't show us when we're going to have children and grandchildren and what life is going to look like later." So I wanted to create a support group for women that love being married, that might be struggling in marriage, that want to stay married. And I'm also creating this. I've invited some of my single friends because you know what? Y'all going through stuff too. Okay, so come on over here. And I want to help you get to what I do. So this channel here is called Just Montina. We're on YouTube Live. And it really is to help women get and stay married. I don't want you just married. I want you to stay married. And it's also to help women attract the love they desire and deserve. Because you know what? At the end of the day, you deserve to be loved too. Hey, Glendora. Hey. So we need good sister friends. I had a conversation this morning with a sister friend when I was leaving Pilates. And she was like, "What's that thing you be saying? It's the same shit, different tone." I said, "Yeah, it's the same poo poo." And I said, "Look, if you got any friends on the verge of divorce, you need to send them to me, because we don't have enough friends out here that are like, girl, you think you going through, I'm going through," because many of us just don't overshare because we have therapists and we're not trauma bonding. We're talking about unicorns and rainbows. But honey, you mentioned anything about a husband to a married woman, she'd be like, "I understand. I don't care what it is." We were like, "Yeah, we understand. We believe you. These men are crazy." I was talking to a woman yesterday and she was talking about she's in some sort of like love addict support group. And I said, "It ain't them. It's not you, them. It's not you, it's them." And she's like, "No, no, no." I said, "No, no." I've met several people that have been married multiple times. So the first marriage, you have a 50% chance of getting divorced. So we have to be proactive. Second marriage, 67%. Third marriage, only 5% of people are crazy enough to do it. My husband and I were one of the 5%. There is a 73% divorce rate. But guess what? I can name several women off the top of my head that have been married in their third marriages for 20, 30 years. We have to make a decision in marriage to make it. But I don't want you to be miserable, run around here talking about your husband. I want you to be like, "Baby, I got this." I want you to be emotionally mature in your marriage. So again, this is why I created this. There's support groups for everything. Hey, y'all. Hey, my friends are showing up. There are support groups for everything. There are grief support groups, divorce support groups. I didn't even know there was a love addict support group, but I looked it up. There is sex addicts, Alcoholics Anonymous, but nobody out here teaching us how to be wives. Oh, we not gonna do that. All right, y'all. So 80% of the time, he is amazing. It's heaven on earth. You love your husband. And you're like, whoo. But that 20% sis is like Nightmare on Elm Street. We get it. But don't throw out everything. And let me put this in a very practical term. There are 30 days in a month. 80%, 8 times 3 is 24. 24 days are amazing. And it's like he has a period just like you do them 6 days a month. Maybe we have to be emotionally mature. That's where your self-care come in. That's where you in the gym. That's where you go get your hair done. That's where you see it. And nails and all that probably aren't self-care. Self-care is mental, physical, emotional, and it is your spiritual. I go get my hair done. And look, it's in a ponytail. It might last my silk press Sunday to or Thursday to Sunday. So what? It's my time. I love my stylist. It's my freedom. It's my just time to relax. So whatever you need to do, invest more into your self-care. As married women, relationships, you want to walk around and have something about you that is different because you want to be peaceful, because you want to bring that peace into your home. So taking this into our agenda, y'all know I got me a little agenda here. I want you to know we're doing the battlefield of the mind. But here's the thing, our enemy, Satan, attempts to defeat us with strategy and deceit through well laid plans and deliberate deception. That means that he has a plan for your marriage. He didn't wrote it down. It's a well laid out plan for destruction because he only comes to steal, kill, destroy. So he wants your marriage. So why wouldn't we fight for our marriages, y'all? When he has a real plan for us. So that's why we got a plan for him. And I don't care how great your marriage is right now. If you are not in the valley, you have come out the valley, you at the top staring in, he's coming for you. So it ain't a matter of if, it's a matter of when is he going to attack. And he attacks our spouses. He might be attacking you against your husband against you, the kids, the mother-in-law, the cynical ex-wife you got to deal with, the cynical step-kids, the cynical step-kids, the cynical sister-in-laws that think your husband, their husband, because they never got married. I don't know what you're dealing with or will deal with, but we going to have us a plan because we are not taking our foot off the enemy's neck. I don't care if you 1 year in, no years in, or 20 or 50 years in. Because I had my 55 years, she was married 55 years, mentoring. She was like, you ain't no punk, are you? She be talking to me. Okay, we need women to keep us encouraged. So, where we're at from the battlefield of the mind is the spirit and the mind. Then what am I to do? I will pray with my spirit by the Holy Spirit that is within me, but I will also pray intelligently with my mind and understanding. Joyce Meyer says perhaps a better way to understand this principle of mind aiding spirit is to think of prayer. And she talks about Paul prayed with his spirit and with his mind. She understands what Paul's talking about because she does the same thing frequently, praying in the spirit and then praying in her unspoken language and language. But remember, God hears your unspoken prayers and your spoken prayers. Sometimes you don't have the power to pray. He understands. He hears you. He hears you in the spirit. So this also works. There are times when she wants to pray and makes herself available to pray to God for prayer. If there's no particular stirring in her spirit, she can pray out of her mind. So she continues in this fashion. And she talks about different ways to pray, but that's the thing that I want here. You have the power with the word. And when I went to church yesterday, one of the things, there was a guest speaker, but I'm a very practical person. So I'm taking my notes, and she kept talking about worship's a way of life and praise is what we do and worship's a way of a life. But there was no practical understanding. I'm like, okay, people don't understand even how to worship. They think raise their hands, lift up to God. I want us also to think about that very practically for our marriages. So I have it written out with our P's, y'all, our P's. So that is your power, which is from the word. I timed it today. If you listen to Proverbs and just pick the date, today's the 10th, listen to Proverbs chapter 10. I listened to it on my Bible and it read to me on my way home from Pilates. It was literally 4 minutes. Like, we need this word. You got to feed it. You got to feed it. You in the car, okay, you taking a shower, you got to feed it into your spirit. You got to feed it into your spirit because we need power. And one of the scriptures I pulled from that was the wealth measure their words. Just remember something every day. But if you do this the rest of your life, like my grandma's like, listen to Psalm 91 in the morning, listen to it at night. Y'all, listen, you either want to make it or you don't. The next thing is we have to have praise up to God. Okay. And the worship is making it practical, listening, that meditation. God, speak to me because my husband working my nerves today. Speak to me, God, so I can be a blessing to his life. Speak to me, Lord, so I can just be quiet. This weekend I had to be quiet too, y'all. I have to exercise emotional maturity. The other thing is, again, our prayer. God hears your spoken and unspoken prayers. He hears your spoken and unspoken prayers. Says he hears you. He sees it too. Okay, he sees it. And again, your meditation, we have to listen to God. We have to listen and be obedient to what God is telling us because we are sent to be a blessing to his life. He obtains favor with the Lord. It don't say we do, it says he does. And to make it practical, again, with my notes, you want to study your husband. I have books that I have read and still read. Okay, staying married and loving it. How to get what you want from your man without asking. 10 stupid things couples do to mess up their marriages. The go-giver marriage, the proper feeding and care of your husband and your marriage. We have to make this practical. I don't know what you need to do to make it practical. Okay, text your husband. Send him a sexy photo, sis. When the last time you sent him a sexy photo? You know, them little old lingerie photos you used to send through your phone. Make it practical. My husband sent me a text. I love you, wife. Just this morning. It was out of the blue. Like, oh, that's so sweet. I send him a text every day. I go to the gym and I take a little cute pic from the back. And I send it only to him. What do you need to do that's very practical for your marriage? We do everything else. So I want you to think about, what am I doing that's very practical? Do you write them notes? Do you send them photos? You know what works for you and your husband, but it's the small things. It is the small things that are significant in our marriages. And remember, the purpose of marriage, according to our Go Giver, is, and I like this one because the purpose of marriage is to give yourself fully to another without expectation. Y'all know that, right? It's us. It's us. And in the process, become your best self, since you are enough. But it is to become your best self. So when he's working your nerves, I say sometimes they're demonically possessed. It's you, sis. God is working on us. Isn't that wonderful? We got this little secret thing going on, our marriages and our wives. We are the bomb.com, but he's working on us. So think about it for your life. How do you become the best version? Sometimes it's just being silent. I've had to measure my words. Sometimes, being fit and friendly and feminine, all these things, I see things taught on the internet, but your relationship and your marriage is up to you. And I'm going to tell you, sis, y'all need friends like me. Don't go nowhere. You need to wait this stuff out. Now, if he's cheating and beating, even cheating, go get y'all some counseling. Now, if he's, messing with you, you got girl, sister friends, we don't play that one over here. But sis, wait it out. Stick it out. It might, you know what? I'm gonna bring up a man tomorrow. I was listening to him and I thought he was gonna be like, oh, you might have a couple bad days, couple bad weeks. He was like, you might have a couple bad years. And Michelle Obama said that, where it was like 10 years. She said she didn't like her husband. I don't wish you 10 years. I don't even wish you the past 6, 7 months. I was experiencing some foolishness. I don't wish that for you, but it is what it is. Do you want to throw out all the years you want to throw out? You want to have multiple sets of step parents at your grandson's birthday like I'm about to have? Nope. Nope. You better stay in that marriage, girl. You better invest more in your self-care, sis. You better do this doggone thing. So again, hobbies are important. I Chicago step, and it's funny because I've been doing it since February this year. At the time of this video, it's June. In case you're watching the replay or watching this years later, my husband, I did it by myself. I go to my classes Wednesdays. I was going Sundays only, then I started going Wednesdays, then I started going Saturdays. Dude, I'm doing it. This is June. And y'all guess who's showing up? My husband. Okay, did I ask him? I asked him maybe once or twice, but then I just did my own thing. And my own thing was my own thing. And then he come along. It might have taken years. There's some women, husbands come, some women, husbands don't. But it was for me. It was for me to feel good doing something. So again, for you, y'all sitting in these houses, find you a hobby. Start crocheting, learn to knit, learn to sew, go take you a class. Do something for you. Because our self-care brings us peace and it brings us joy and it makes us happy. Okay. All right. What else? Go walk around Ulta. Like, get into your skincare. Get into you. Get into your body, sis. You. This is about you. Okay. Okay. Get you some sister friends. There's some people here. Get you some sister friends. We need each other. Check on your sister friend. We need each other. We need each other. We need each other to recharge, refresh, re-energize. Because I'm telling you, especially as married women, there, listen, we believe you. Oh girl, he acting crazy. We believe you. Okay. We know these are men. And again, the devil has well laid plans, deceitful deception. It's like the Matrix. You don't know who's trying to mess with your husband. So we need to put on our whole armor every single day and pray for these men, pray for ourselves, be at our best so we are kind with our tongues and our emotions and exercise patience and peace. We need to be the peacemaker in our homes. With that said, I gave you the resources. Find a book, find something, study your husband, study, read something every single day. There are so many practical books about marriage. And actually, in this proper care and feeding, Dr. Laura Schlesinger used to be huge years ago. Like, I used to listen to her, but I like to buy books off this website called A Books. This book actually came and I think the mom must have wrote a note in it because it was published. When was this book published? In 2009, I think. Oh, 2007. And she said, Dear Robbie, please read this. If you do not like it, we will give you $100. You have a beautiful family, and I love you so much. Love, Mom. I wish I had this when I was younger. Hugs to you and the family. I gave my daughter-in-law a book when she married my son, and it was The Purpose and Power of Marriage from Dr. Miles Monroe. What would happen if we invested things like this into people's lives when they got married? Here's a book for you, sis, because you're gonna need it. Now, I don't know if she read it, but sometimes my son be like, Mom, she's reading that book. Good. Good. We need these things. So again, I don't care if you're not a reader, get something practical, audible, because there's too much out there. Purple pill, red pill, black pill. These men, and plus they have access to the internet, constantly seeing things in their feed, constantly seeing my husband stuff just be popping up because it pops up for me too. So again, no weapon formed against us shall prosper. We got to put on the whole armor. Says okay, so we got on our armor. We are prepared for this day. It is a war every day. I don't care how calm it looks outside. It is a war in the spirit. We are fighting every day for our marriages. And guess what? We're going to be happy wives with happy lives and happy spouses with happy houses. So I'm going to look at some of the comments here. Hey, y'all. Hey, Glendora. Hey, Bridget. Hey, Melinda. Hey, Cena. Oh, my girlfriends. Hey, Hope. Hey, y'all. Hey. All right, thank you. Oh, y'all, lipstick, the lip bar, black owned, vegan owned, woman owned. So, y'all, let's get out here and have amazing relationships, amazing lives. Bless your husband's life, honey, even when he's acting crazy. Emotional maturity. Okay, be emotionally mature because you don't want to be in a third marriage like me. Make your first your last, your second your last, your third your last. And if you're not married, there's a book called Getting to I Do. Get the ring. You don't want to be the special friend in the obituary. Mm-mm. And don't be putting up with stuff. Get you somebody else. There are men out here that really do want wives. There are some of us that love being married. Marriage is beautiful. Okay, there's rainbows, there's thunderstorms, but so what? It's life. It's life. Okay? No weapon formed against you shall prosper. It will not work because the joy of the Lord is your strength. So thank y'all for joining me. Pass this along to a sister friend. And I'm going to plan a live meetup soon. So y'all help your sister. I'm doing this because again, I needed it, we need it, and we're going to encourage each other. Y'all have a fabulous day. Bye. Bye, y'all.